Hello and welcome back to today's lesson. Today we will learn about exception handling in Python. This tutorial is very useful for beginners who are uh, learning Python program. So exception handling is a mechanism that allows programmers to handle errors and other exceptional events that occur during the execution of a program. So by using exception handling, programmers can prevent errors from crashing their programs and can provide users with more informative feedback about what went wrong. So the concept is present in many programming languages, including Python, Java, C++, C#, and many more. So there are three basic exception handling concepts. So the first one is exception. Exception is an object that represents an error or other exceptional event. So exceptions are thrown by the program when an error occurs. And the other concept is try blocks. The try block is a block of code that is monitored for exceptions during the error is occurred. If an exception is thrown while the code in a try block is being executed, the exception is handled by the appropriate cache block. And the last concept is cache blocks. A cache block is a block of code that is used to handle a specific type of exception. So cache blocks are associated with try blocks. So without cache block, the try block doesn't work, and without try block, the cache block doesn't exist. So they are associated each other. So try cache always comes first. So in Python, exceptions are errors that occur during the execution of a program. So they are disrupt the normal flow of the program and can be handled using try, except, and else. So this is the general syntax of exception handling. So uh, here we use try, the try block, and the except is cache block in Python. And there is also another level that is else block. So here is an example to handle exception using try and except uh, exception handling. So the following example shows how exception handling can be used to handle a division by zero error. So there is a try block. In the try block, we're going to mention that entering an option to input number. So there is int and input method to accept user input. Then that code might raise an exception or an error. So we are going to handle that error in this try block. So the exception or accepts that's going to handle the errors. If there is an error like zero division error, it's going to print the division by zero uh, parts of this try block or try except exception handling. So in this example, the try block contains the code that could potentially throw an exception. And the input in the try block function is used to get a number from the user. The int method or function is then used to convert the user's input into an integer. If the user enters the number zero, so the int function will throw a zero division error exception because numbers couldn't divide by zero. So that's going to handle the errors and it's throw the exception. And the cache block, which is except in Python. So the cache block is used to handle the zero division error exception. So it's going to print the message that handle the specific exceptions which was offered in the try block. If the zero division error exception is thrown, the print statement in the cache block will be executed, which means error division by zero not allowed. Okay. Let me run this code and let me see the output. So the first time you have to input the number, any number, for example, 0. So when you are entering 0 and execute the code, it's going to throw an error because number couldn't divide by 0. That's why the 0 division error. So this exception or the catch block going to handle the errors and print error message instead of the actual message. Okay. And the print statements will display the message division by 0 is not allowed in this hash block or except block. And the second one is using else in exception handling. This is another exception handling mechanism. So we can use else part with try except. So try except is always exist. So we have to use the try and we can additionally use else parts in this case. So the else part in this example, so the else block is used to handle the case whether where no exception is thrown. If there is no exception is handled or thrown in the try block, it's going to print the else block because no errors, it just executes without errors in the try block. So it's going to print the else part. Otherwise, if there is an error in the try block, it's going to throw out the errors and the exception handling or except block going to handle that error and print us the error message on the screen, on the console. Okay. So this is an example, and the benefits of exception handling, there are several benefits to using exception handling. The first one is improved program readability. Exception handling can help us to prevent errors from crashing programs. By handling errors gracefully, programs can continue to run even when errors occur. So that is the benefits of exception handling. And it could be more informative error messages. The error message is more informative. So exception handling can provide users with more informative error messages. So by especially Python to the current Python provides more informative error messages to users. And the other is improved code readability. So it helps us to improve the readability of the code. So exception handling can make code more readable by separating error handling code from the normal flow of the program. This can make it easier for programmers to understand and maintain the code. In conclusion, exception handling is a powerful tool that can be used to improve the readability, informativeness, and reliability of programs. By utilizing these techniques, you can ensure that your programs handle errors gracefully and continue to run smoothly even when unexpected issues or errors arise. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.